So if you've just gone to motorcycling, and by law there's one piece of protective equipment that you've got to wear, the crash helmet. But how do you go about getting one? What's the right choice for you? Well, I'm no expert, so I've come along to Chris Walker Motorcycles in Grantham, speak to Mark. He's going to tell us all we need to know about buying the first crash helmet. So, just passed my test, going to buy my first motorbike. I need to buy a crash helmet.
Okay.
I just go on Facebook and get one for 50 quid.
Not quite as reckless as that, I'm afraid. No. So,
What shall I be looking for?
Yeah, so obviously, ideally you want to buy new from somewhere reputable. Obviously, as we said, it's the only part of equipment that you have to wear by law, so we do have to make sure that it's up to certain standards and meets the laws that we have to have over here as well. So EC 2205 used to be, it's now 2206. But what you tend to find is all helmets will meet this criteria, some will far exceed it, and that's normally where you'll find that there's a big difference in price as well.
So talking about price, obviously some helmets, £100, got up to over £1,000.
Yep.
Does that mean intrinsically that expensive helmet's more safe than the £100 helmet?
I mean, there are some good quality budget helmets. Like I say, they will meet the standard, they just will not necessarily far exceed the standard, whereas your more expensive ones, they are normally a premium brand, they are normally handmade. A lot more time goes into manufacturing some of those. They're not mass produced like some of the cheaper brands are.
And we see there's lots of different styles. We've got full face, which I think most people will be familiar with.
Yep.
I've seen flip face helmets. We've got this sort of adventure style.
That's correct.
You can even buy an open face helmet if that's what you want. What should I be looking for?
I mean, really depends on what sort of riding you want, and if it's a daily commuter, if it's just purely for pleasure, and obviously you want it to match the style of your motorbike that you bought. So you can actually have an open face helmet as well. There are legal open face helmets. They're lighter. They obviously don't offer you as much protection from the elements or potentially from a fall. Whereas with the built-in chin bar and the full face helmets, you've obviously got a little bit more protection there as well. So it really just depends what sort of style riding you're going to do, I guess, and what motorcycle it needs to suit.
And I heard somewhere that you need to replace your helmet every few years.
Yeah.
What's the logic behind that?
Yeah, 5 years from date of purchase, 7 years from date of manufacture. Some of the manufacturers, like RI for instance, normally on the double D ring there, it has a manufacturing date to tell you when it was actually manufactured. Obviously, sometimes by the time they've come over from abroad, they've got to the UK, they can already be 6 months old potentially, a little bit older, it can sit on your shelf. But 5 years generally is a rule of thumb from date of purchase. Basically over time, what happens with you wearing them, sweat and other contaminants, the liners are made of polystyrene, and over time it does degrade, it does get harder, it doesn't absorb the energy and the shock as much as it should do, like it would do when it was new.
So obviously, want to buy a crash helmet, a lot of people use mail order now, buy online.
Yep.
Is that something you can do with a helmet?
If you know the fit, if you've tried one on potentially, or you know which size fits you in a particular brand and style of their helmet, then it's not quite as difficult to buy online. Obviously, an RI medium might fit slightly different to an LS2. Different style of RI might fit slightly different to another one. So it's always best really to go into a dealer, ideally. Try one on. Most dealers have had some sort of training for the helmets, for the fitting, so they know what to look for. If you buy a helmet that's too small for you, obviously you're going to have pressure building up on your head. It's going to be very uncomfortable, can affect your concentration, whereas in the extreme opposite, if the helmet's too loose, it's not going to do its job when it's needed to. If you were to have an accident, the last thing you want is the helmet being able to move potentially or roll on your head, even at worst case scenario, come off your head.
One last thing, I've heard that there's been some fakes and things around there as well. You can't just trust the fact that it's got an RI sticker on it or something. You've got to be a little bit more cautious.
Yeah, not always. Obviously, that's the advantage of buying from a reputable dealer. We obviously all buy from the main importers within the UK that do the particular brands, so they are the real deal. Buying online, you don't necessarily always know what you're going to get. Usually, if it's too good to be true, it usually is.
The helmet is such an important part off the motorcycling experience. I think not just for the safety element, but actually if you're not comfortable when you're riding, it really does detract massively from the riding experience.
Absolutely.
So I think thank you very much for talking us through all the things that you should look out for. I hope you find this useful. Leave a message, let us know what you think, let us know what you'd like to see more of on the channel. For now, thank you for watching, please subscribe and see you soon.